Best games of the year because our focus defensively was awesome. And I thought it was Russ's best game. Now, he probably doesn't think so because he did a lot of, we've been talking about doing smart things as a guard. He did a lot of smart things tonight in helping other guys get great shots. And that's what we talked about early this morning is, son, you're unguardable. So rather than be unguardable for yourself, be unguardable to help guys get easy layups. And he did a great job of that. Great job getting Luka 3, great job getting Shane a dunk. So he did a terrific job. He had 7, in the game, he's got 4 assists, he's got 6 rebounds, and he was very, very active at both ends.
Having won these last 2, now you have a week off. What do you plan on, really fine-tuning it?
Well, a lot of people say about peaking to March, and I believe the way you peak to March is, at this point, you know your offensive scheme, you know your defensive scheme. You make minor changes. The way you peak to March is you take each player and say, okay, these are 2 areas you must improve on. The obvious thing with Montrezl Harrell is his free throw shooting. Now, it looks much better. Got it from air balls to hitting the rim. And so now each person has got to improve in 2 different areas from a fundamental standpoint. And that's how you peak to March, because the parts get better while the whole grows. And that's what we talked about this morning with each guy, making sure 2 things get better with each person.
What happened with Peyton on when he got injured down there?
He broke his lip open.
It's not just Russ, but it seemed like everybody passed the ball a little bit.
I think the reason sometimes we're not a good shooting team is we haven't been a good passing team. The rebound Indiana's and some of the other teams, Gonzaga, it's not their shooting, it's their passing that makes good shooters. And that's one area we've struggled all year is passing. Tonight we didn't. We really, really worked the ball around, and I think Russ was the catalyst to passing the ball.
Kevin seemed more self-assured or confident from the outside looking.
I think he was. We moved him to the 1, and been playing him at the 1 in practice, and will continue to do so. And he's done a good job with that, and it keeps Russ at the 2, and it keeps Russ, not having to learn 2 different positions.
12:55. It's a 2-possession game. Did you wonder if you'd been substituting too aggressively?
I think we have to. I think I had fresh players the whole night. To be honest with you, we didn't play particularly well against St. John's, and I think that was due to my substitutions. I think when you press and you try to run and you play the defense we play, you can't play 8 or 9 minutes straight. And I think that was tonight. I think everybody was rested. Everybody played. Everybody had very strong minutes out there.
Rick, this is twice you've had them, and it's 79 points total. What do you think is the key to keeping them in check and out of rhythm as well as you guys?
I think this year we just got much more talent than them. It's last year they had a lot of players that could do multiple things. Now we were really upset coming in at halftime that we gave up 5 threes and Fitzpatrick had 2. He plays like a 2 guard, and we know that. So we played in the second half and they give up a 3. But I just think they're in a rebuilding year, and it happens that way. They've played a lot of great basketball. They played great at home against Syracuse. They've had a lot of great first halves. They beat Georgetown. What happens is, though, the losing keeps going, and then you don't. As the other team makes 1 or 2 runs, you say, oh no, here we go again. And they're a good group. They don't give up. But it's tough right now because they are rebuilding. They've lost a lot of key players.
You had much higher expectations for where they are now. Has it been in your experience where you have a team that there's just something missing, some intangible? You've got all these returning players, but there's just something that's different and you can't quite define it?
Yeah, I don't think, there's not a whole lot of post presence. They get their points off driving. But he's just 1 or 2 guys away from having a very good team, but he is 1 or 2 guys away. And in basketball, it's just one key component taken away. I mean, we had it a long time ago. I was in one of the worst situations I've ever been in coaching, and then one player came along while we were on probation, and it totally turned every single thing around. Just one player, Jamal Mashburn. It would have been a 5-year rebuilding program if it wasn't for that one player coming in. And he came in when there was no TV and no NCAA tournament. What young man today would do that? I mean, that's impossible today.
You went out of your way to praise Russ, and as you're walking off the floor at halftime, you're in his ear, and it didn't look like you were too happy. The turnovers, was there something specific he was doing?
I just said you got 2 3-on-1 breaks. Mm-hmm. Just go by that one defender and make the play. Mm-hmm. And it was nothing. Look, the guy made 2 really good plays. Mm-hmm. He was playing good basketball.
Wayne's effort tonight. I mean, he attacked the basket a couple times, and actually.
I thought Wayne was playing excellent. He got a couple of fouls that he shouldn't get. But Wayne had an excellent game, and certainly he's getting back into it now and back into the groove.